Here's an example of solving a system of equations by the substitution method. Now, the first step of the substitution method is to pick one of the equations, and it's your choice which one you use, and then you pick one of the variables in that equation to solve for. So it always is worth your time to take a look at both equations and see which is going to be the easiest variable to solve for. And I'm going to say right here, this is going to be about as easy as you're going to get. We have one of the variables, it has a 1 as its coefficient, and in fact it's even a positive 1. And so that's going to be extremely easy to solve for, and that's where we're going to start. It doesn't matter, you could pick the first one and solve for s, or the second one and solve for s. You're just making it a little bit more difficult on yourself. So I'm going to start off by subtracting 5s from both sides. And then we have t equaling 8 minus 5s. The second step is going to be to take this new information that we have. We have t equaling something completely different now. And we're going to go into the other equation. You have to go into the one you have not used yet. And instead of writing t here, we're going to write 8 minus 5s. Now you want to take your time and set it up. Put some parentheses in there because we're going to end up distributing, and you're going to have to be careful about that. So we're going to have 3s minus 4 times 8 minus 5s, and that's going to equal 14. Now remember to distribute here, and please watch your signs. We're going to get 3s minus 32 plus 20s, and that's going to equal 14. Now all you have to do after you substitute that is solve this new equation for the variable, and you should only have one variable. So we're going to combine like terms here and get 23s minus 32 equals 14. We're going to then add 32 to both sides and get 23s equaling 46. Divide both sides by 23, and we get s equals 2. The final step that you're really going to do here, because we do need to solve for both variables. We have already solved for s. We're going to come back to any of the original equations and substitute s in and then solve for t. Now I'm going to say that this is an original equation because we solved it correctly. And it's already set up nice and easy. All we have to do is plug in 2 right here for s, and then we're going to get our value for t. So t equals 8 minus 5 times 2. So t equals 8 minus 10, and t equals a negative 2. Okay? So these are linear equations, and if we graphed both of these, the intersection point would be at 2, negative 2. Okay, so either way is fine to answer. It just kind of depends on what you're talking about. And if you want to check your work, you take the information for t and the information for s, plug it in, make sure that you get make sure that both equations are satisfied, and then you've done it right. So real quickly, right, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 times negative 2, so that's 8, so 6 plus 8 is 14, so we're looking pretty good. 5 times 2 is 10, minus 2 is 8. So it all checks out, and you've done it correctly.